It's almost November and the mountains are starting to get covered in snow. The only downside to living in one of the premier 4x4 locations in the United States is that most of it is only accessible for 2 to 3 months out of the year. And if I want to take YouTube seriously, I need to make videos all year round. So I'm scouting out this road that I've heard about but never been on before. I need something that is beautiful, is at lower elevations, and doesn't have any shelf roads, because we all know how dangerous those can be in the snow. I did a basic map recon of this route using Onyx Off-Road, and it appears to hit all these important metrics. Today, we're going to find out. To the trailhead. I think we're gonna air down. It's not super hard. I've never been down this way before. I've heard of it and I've seen it on Onyx, but I'm not really sure if it's something that I would like or not. So the elevation doesn't get too high. It goes up to about 10,000 feet at its highest point. So that's kind of why I chose it. It's just, I know there's probably not gonna be a ton of snow because right now we're in the middle of October and a lot of the big peaks around here are already covered in snow. So it's kind of getting to that point in the season where it's only low elevation stuff will be available. Unfortunately, it's pretty windy out here, which I'm not a fan of super windy stuff. I think most people aren't either. You can see the trees out there just blowing, so not a fan of that. It stays super windy. Camping's not going to be the best tonight, but don't forget, we definitely got the Sour Patch Kids. This is a large bag, family size. You know, brought the whole family out here, you know, me, myself, and I, so probably have to eat that whole bag.
Seen you drop in the bushes.
It's so windy, guys. This is gonna ruin. I swear, if it stays this windy, it's gonna ruin the trip. I can handle most kinds of weather, but super windy weather is just not. It makes filming impossible. It makes the whole trip when you're not filming and you're just trying to enjoy yourself. It makes that terrible. It's the worst. So far, just a pretty easy road. You can see a lot of aspen groves, but they've all lost their leaves already. So, but this is good scoping out for some winter snow wheeling, because the road is pretty good quality, which is kind of what you want when you're snow wheeling. It's just all covered in snow and there's not a ton of drop-offs or weird edges on the side. So this could be a good area for some wintertime shenanigans. See one of the mountains right over there. I think that might be Mount Princeton, but I'm not sure. We got some mud here. I'm actually gonna try and avoid the mud. Hey, if you guys like this video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. YouTube also has a new function called the hype button, and it's geared toward getting kind of smaller channels more traction. So if you think this channel deserves a wider audience, hit that hype button. Thanks.
I gotta do all the fire starting here, huh?
It's a man thing.
Of course, it's basically the place that I did.
Kitty.
Oh, that rust.
Oh no.
It's probably from sitting in my truck bed.
When I was having.
There you go. A bit more.
It's a little chilly out here, so fire's nice to have. You know, this fire pit actually makes a lot less smoke, and it makes the wood last a lot longer. That's the most important part for me, actually, is it makes the wood last probably twice as long. Got some of the collegiate peaks over there. And then we got all these aspen groves here, but they've lost all their leaves already. That's how you know winter really is coming. Snow on the peaks.
So on the peaks.
Got the cowboy hat on. My Stetson. I love this Stetson.
Down.
A little bit of fetch with Lily. Oh. These guys. Star patch. Oh yeah.
What is this one?
It's all deformed.
That's not a Sour Patch Kid.
Look at my cool beadlocks. Little Brewski. Oh yeah, her stock Jeep. Look at those massive tires. Massive. I told her we could put a lift on it, you know, maybe do just a 2.5-inch lift.
And pour.
35-inch tires. Yeah, well, I was gonna say that. So I ruined my. I was gonna say, but we're poor, and we barely afford to do it on mine. Although, oh, I forgot to tell you guys. What I sort of told you. If you guys are on my Patreon, you know, I was really unhappy with how the exhaust sounded on the Jeep. So, I mean, obviously I love the Jeep, but the Chevy Colorado ZR2 has a little better exhaust notes, and so when I'm using my drone and flying the drone, you know, the drone doesn't capture sound, right? So you have to hook it up to an exterior sound recorder device, that kind of thing. And so in order to get some kind of engine noise, I try to put my recorder near the exhaust, and on the Colorado it turned out pretty decent. I mean, Colorado's just got stock exhaust and it sounds decent. You can hear the engine, you know, when I'm going up a hill or I'm really needing some power, you can hear it. But with the Jeep, and I'm sure you've seen it in my last video, it's just kind of this kind of weird humming noise, and I really don't like how that sounds. I mean, it's really quiet and some people like that, but for me, I mean, I love engines and I love the sound of engines, and so I don't want quiet. I want to hear that engine. And so I went and got a new exhaust. The AFE power exhaust right here, and it's high clearance, right? So you see all the space we have in here now. The old exhaust took up all of that. It had a huge muffler, and so now we just basically have a little straight pipe going back there. Sounds amazing, a lot better. And you know, I even used AI. I put it in ChatGPT just to get some feedback, and it goes, it doesn't matter what you do, you'll never be able to make a V6 sound like a V8 just because of the, and I was like, I know, but it's because of the firing order, right? That's why V8 sounds so good. And honestly, inline fours or a V4 or 4-cylinder engines, those typically sound better than V6s as well, and it's probably because of the firing order. So you get a good exhaust on a 4-cylinder, you know, rally kind of car. That engine will sound really good too. A V6, they're just not known for sounding really great, but this exhaust is really good, and it's super cheap. So usually, you know, an exhaust is going to cost you between $500 and $1,000. This exhaust was $160. I installed it myself in less than an hour. The instructions said it would take me 2 hours, so this was the first time in my life that I was able to install it faster than what the instructions said I could install it in. Usually it takes me whatever the instructions say, I double that, and that's how long it's gonna take. That's how long it's gonna take me. What'd you say?
I said, what a cool guy.
Yeah, I am a cool guy.
Yeah, did it in an hour.
Yeah. So I did it in an hour. So, and I was just so happy because it was cheap, affordable. It got me exactly what I wanted, and super easy to install. And it just worked out. Like, there was no issues with the installation. I didn't run into some weird problem that took me an hour to solve. It was just, because you know how it is when you do this stuff. It's supposed to be easy, and then you run into some little thing that takes you forever to figure out and solve. So we'll see. This is the first trip with that exhaust, so we'll see how kind of my drone footage sounds and the rest of the footage sounds with the exhaust. It does have a little bit of humming on the highway, and when we're on like a straight interstate highway with no hills, there's no humming once it's in 8th gear. The mountains and the passes where you're going downhill and uphill and you're higher elevation, it's always kind of in 6th, 7th gear. It's usually humming. It's like a little like a droning sound. So, but I don't really mind that. I'm not, like I said, I like hearing engines. So I used to have the Focus RS, and that thing was awesome, and the exhaust on it, the stock exhaust sounded amazing. The Focus RS is what Ken Block used to drive, but I mean, he drove a souped up version of that, but I just remember having, they don't even sell it anymore. It was a 2016 blue Focus RS, and that thing sounded amazing. And I mean, the engine noise was just a part of the acoustics of the vehicle. You had to turn up the music way louder, and even when you had the music loud, you could still feel and hear that engine and the exhaust. And some people really hate that, and then car guys like me, they love that stuff. So I was the kind of guy who loved it. I kind of got it going for me with the Jeep, so pretty cool. We got some homegrown tomatoes. Picked them off the vine just yesterday. Getting cut on our homegrown cutting board that I made myself.
Lewis Woodco.
Lewis Woodco. A little overland cutting board.
Having some good tomatoes. This one's the heirloom, isn't it?
Yeah. Heirloom, and then this one was like a black
Kraken
or something. Yeah, and this was one of the heirlooms. Super. Like
this
a fall
one's super
tomato.
tasty. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
That's a tough stick. John Cena.
a deer foot that Lily's keeps chewing on. That bare section is where she was chewing on it.
Jake doesn't know how to work a camera, so he doesn't know how to film.
He's not as good as you.
It's true.
You're the best.
Because I learned from the best.
I'm making another round of coffee. Already boiling over. I've already got, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but I've already got all these bug marks on my windshield. Bug splatter here. Too cold for that, guys. Lily's water froze last night. She forgot to bring her leg with her. Got the Ice Co. APL 20 out here again. Just kind of keeping some cheese in here. Some beers that we had last night. Some creamer for the coffee. We also kept our steaks in here last night that we ate. If you guys are looking for a fridge, I got a discount code in the description for this, so I think it's 12%. It's not bad. Big issues that I'm actually having out here with this Jeep is I don't have a table anymore. I used to use my tailgate, you know, as a table, hold all my stuff, and now I can't really put much on here. I know they make tables for this, so I might look into that. They're kind of, I mean, they're a little expensive. So I've been using this, but this is kind of too low. It's not flat on the top. You know, I need to put I'm trying to put my hair under the water a little bit, get it wet. And it's just not working. And then I always have stuff on top of here. And then I'm like, oh man, I forgot. I need, you know, there's something in here I need to get. But then I have all this stuff from cooking on there. I'm gonna probably, when the budget allows, I'll probably get a table for this right here. I think, just so I don't forget on my way home tonight, I'm gonna stop by Walmart or Home Depot or whatever and just get one of those super simple fold out black chairs, you know, or tables that just kind of fold into a little suitcase. And I'll just use that for now. The drone battery's charging here, got my controller charging, got Starlink hooked up to the battery here. Also got our fridge hooked up. Little stove to cook, box full of tools. Everything that I've ever used to install anything on this Jeep is sitting inside one of these boxes. Light, shovel, solar panels, cowboy hat, trash bag holder right here, chair. I think I got a little hole in here, and I think this was from an ember. That's unfortunate. And beautiful view.